there's no way of knowing how long it's going to last, when it's going to suddenly give way, and because of what we're doing, we just can't risk it. Right, we're about to change out the spare main halyard, and we use it as a topping lift. So this is the, I don't even know how old it is, probably 20-year-old. I think it is a Dynie McCaw, 10 mil, but old. And this is the new Marlow D2 Club. Dynie McCaw is swapping it out with. This is my 1983 Waverly Sealord wave dancer of Portsmouth. I bought it like 2.5 years ago. Sort of gutted it. She was in a pretty sorry state, and now it's having another little mini refit because later on in the year we're taking her off across the Atlantic to do a full Atlantic circuit for the year. It's thrown up some extra work that we really need to do to prep her up properly for that, and one of the many things we need to do is change out its old crusty 20-year-old running rigging. This is a typical example. Actually, this is actually quite good compared to the rest of it. This is a 20-year-old, it was Dynie McCaw halyard, but it's there's no way of knowing how long it's going to last, when it's going to suddenly give way, and because of what we're doing, we just can't risk it, obviously. So yeah, it's all getting swapped out. Yeah, I'm just going to go through the process of mousing it through and changing it out. To measure how much line you need for your halyard, you should know the height of your mast, but you've still got to then, you've got the bit extra around here. So if you're replacing it, the safest way is just, you've got to get it out anyway. The safest way is to mouse it out. You've then got your old halyard. Your mousing line stays in, and then you take your old halyard to Marine Superstore and you say, can I have a shiny new Marlow D2 halyard, please? Or enough line for one. And that's it. That's the safest way. If your old halyard worked, one assumes it was long enough, then that's really your best way of doing it. You've got to mouse it out anyway at some point, so that's really your safest way, is just to get it out. You're better off having a little bit extra. If you had a problem at some point, you can cut the end off. Having it like a metre or metre and a half longer than you really need isn't a bad thing. For the sizing, for the diameter of all the Marlow D2 Club lines, we've gone for 12 mil D2 halyards, and actually the same we've actually used D2 for the sheets as well. Some of the halyards could probably got away with the 10 mil, they'll probably be absolutely fine, but it's having things slightly, with what we're planning on doing and with what we are going to be doing, everything on the boat is just being slightly oversized, just in case, up to a point. We've got spin lock clutches which will take between 8 and 16 mil. Obviously anything more than 12 mil for a halyard on a 40-foot boat, this would be too big anyway. But this could have probably been 10 mil, so we've stuck with the 12 mil. Just to give it a little bit of extra security, and it works perfectly in the spin lock clutches. So to mouse a line through, and mousing a line through is basically, you need to getting a line out through the mast or through the boom, putting a thin line through, and it might be just you want to take your lines out, your halyards out for the winter. Lots of people do take them out, or take them home, they'll clean them, and then start of the season they'll put them back in again. And the mousing is just the process of doing it. You join your halyard, this one we're replacing, with your mousing line. I've got this red stuff here, just picked up. Paracord is really good for it as well. It's really strong and it's quite thin, so that's good stuff to use. But yeah, I'm going to use this red stuff now. It's got a few reels of it, and it's about attaching, in effect sewing together these two lines very strongly so they don't come apart halfway up the mast, taping them up, and then you feeding them through, and you're left with the thin mousing line in your mast or in your boom, and you've got your line out. You have to bring the mousing line through and then reverse the process with the new line. We can't just pull one through onto the other, because the other, it's got a there's an eye on the end of it and it won't go through a sheave at the top of the mast. To do this, we've got our mousing line. We've got a 16 metre mast on this boat, so or 14 metre, anyway, it's very tall. You need loads of line, and you've got to go up, down, and coming back through, so you're looking probably like 35-40 metres per halyard. Needle and thread to sew it up, and then we've got this Marlow rigging tape, but some tape to tape it all back so it gives a smoothish transition so it doesn't catch. At the top of the mast there's these pulleys, they're called sheaves, but these sort of round pulleys. And what you're trying to do is have less of a square junction, the better, so it doesn't get caught. It will get caught a little bit, you can feel it, but you just don't want something to catch. So that's the idea of that. So yeah, we'll sew it together. So just getting some stitches through. You're better off doing a little bit more than you think you need. As I said, if it comes apart, if this splits inside the mast, then you'll be paying a rigger to go up and try and fish this thing out. When it gets pulled through, you just can't have this. This isn't pretty, but you can't have these coming apart in the mast or you'll be in trouble. So that's so it definitely isn't pretty, but it's strong. And then just get your tape. The tape is really just for the transition, so it's not, probably adds a little bit of strength, but it's not, it's to try and smooth out so you haven't got this step in the line. And that's it. So that's now ready to pull through the mast. There's a little bit of a step, but not too much. So hopefully you'll feel it as it goes over the sheave, which is about that size. As the line gets pulled through, it will catch a little bit as it jumps over, and then it'll be through again at the top of the mast. Removing the existing halyard. Okay, so I'm going to do the pulling from here, and I'll pull it. It goes all the way up the mast and then all the way back down again. That's why you need so much line. And then I'll end up with that end of it. So basically all you need to do, if you come down here, probably just sit here actually, and just feed it, just keep it on it, just so it doesn't get so sort of, but just a little bit. Just sort of feed it through. It should roll off. In theory, it should roll off that down there. I'll just gradually pull it out. Okay, so that's it. So it's just keeping a tiny bit. It's not. That's it. That's it. Just keeping a little bit of tension on it. This is why you need so much line. So much mousing line. Okay, so we've now reversed it. So now it's a case of pulling the mousing line, which is going to pull the new halyard up over the sheaves, which is the tricky bit, getting it over the sheaves, which are the pulleys at the top of the mast, and back through. So the new halyard, we need to pull it through the opposite way with the mousing line that's left in the mast. So to do that, I need the eye at this end. So we're just going to flake the line out. So I know when it pulls through, it won't have any knots or kinks in it. So this bit basically, so I'm going to sew these ends together here So now we've moused our lovely new halyard through, you've got to do something with the end of the line. You need to put a stopper knot of some sort on the end of it, or it could shoot straight back through the clutch and you'll lose it. So you've got your traditional figure of 8 there, stopper knot, and that'll just stop it going back through the clutch if the whole line shot off. These are absolutely fine and do the job. I think they can come loose, so I use something called the Admiralty stopper knot, which I think is neater. You just wrap it round your fingers, pull it through, that's it. And it's a neater job, and that will never come undone. But if you do need to pull it back through for whatever reason, or take it out of the winter over the winter, it never gets hard or stiff. It's very easy to undo. There. So I'll do it again. Just need a bit more line for it. There. Admiralty stopper knot. So when you want to storing your line on a winch, just keeping it out of the way, you loop it around and opposite, take it opposite each time. When you take it off, you can just throw it on the floor and it will come off in a neat pile. It won't get tangled up. This is fine with a short one, but a main halyard you might have 10 meters, 15 meters on here. This looks similar, but if there was 3 times that amount of line, you put it down, you'll probably end up with a knot in it.